Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, many of us have a concern about the creation of a new agency that we view as one that ultimately will help promote more systemic risk, promote more job loss, and functionally is an agency that will ban and ration credit products, many of which are absolutely essential to our small business community to survive and thrive. This is really a two-part amendment. And again, I think there are many flaws with the underlying creation of this new, expensive, immense, powerful bureaucracy. But if it is to exist, 2 points. Number one, we've heard, and particularly the gentleman from California, Mr. Royce, was very eloquent on this point. I cannot think of one prudential regulator who has not warned us about the dangers of bifurcating safety and soundness from this other function to ban and ration these credit products. We have heard quotes now from the Chairman of the Federal Reserve, Chairman of the FDIC. Again, there appears to be unanimity. Now, nobody's obligated to agree with our prudential regulators, but I would hope we would at least take note when there is unanimity of opinion, and quite frankly, very powerful opinion, that we are recreating the conditions that led to the Fannie and Freddie mother of all bailouts, which was a separation of safety and soundness from, in this particular instance, separation from the so-called affordable housing mission. And so what this amendment does with the gentlelady from Illinois, it at least allows the prudential regulators to have a more significant voice in overruling actions of this agency that may cause systemic risk. The amendment would require that, number one, any contemplated rulemaking at least include a written assessment by the CFPB about cost compliance on the related institutions, costs that could be passed on to consumers, the impact on job creation, I would hope we would all be concerned about that, and the effects on safety and soundness. Now, currently, and I will give credit to the authors, there is at least some veto power for essentially the Systemic Risk Council over actions of the CFPB, but I believe that the bar has been set too high, and ultimately the safety and soundness of these institutions, the protection of the taxpayer, needs to trump this ability to ban and ration credit products. And so this amendment would lower the vote from a two-thirds supermajority to a simple majority and give the Systemic Risk Council, I believe, at least 90 days in order to make their comment and make their decision. In addition, the amendment would say no banning of products. You cannot ban a product simply because you subjectively believe that you know better than a consumer, that you know better than a small business person about what they should do. Again, there needs to be effective disclosure. We need to police our markets for force, for fraud, for deception, but not to come in and unilaterally say that all these businesses all of a sudden are going to have products and services that potentially could be banned. We know that under the underlying legislation, we bring in payday lenders, pawn shops, retail stores offering in-house credit or deferred payments. We have financial advisors, check guarantee services, family trust offices, for-profit and not-profit credit counselors, money transmitters, sellers and issuers of stored value, and the list goes on and on. The ability to ban and ration credit products is the ability to destroy jobs. The U.S. Chamber has said that based on their analysis, at least of the House language, and this language is very similar to it, that it would make it harder and more expensive for consumers to borrow. At least one academic study has shown that net new jobs could be decreased in the economy by 4.3%. That interest rates that consumers pay could go up by 160 basis points, or approximately 1.5 percentage point. I mean, Mr. Chairman, how much more unemployment in this economy can we tolerate? We should not give this agency the ability to override, thank you,
I'll recognize myself in opposition. Again, the gentleman doesn't like the agency, so not surprisingly, he has a variety